With the 20th pick overall, the Pittsburgh Steelers took the first quarterback off the board in the NFL draft in Kenny Pickett. The Pittsburgh product didn't have to travel far, really, at all to join his new team. During OTAs, the rookie was working with the third stringers. The jury is still out on who will be the starter for the QB position for the Black and Gold come Week 1. No question how successful our Bryant McFadden was with the Steelers. 2 Super Bowl championships to his name. Here with us now, B-Mac. Pickett worked only with those third stringers so far this season. Can you explain to us how and why this makes sense?
Well, I think from the organization standpoint, they want to see Kenny earn it, right? Granted, we know he is the future face of the franchise. He has the highest ceiling out of all the quarterbacks there that's competing for that job. But they just want him to go in and earn it. And I think we will see a different scenario, to say the least, throughout training camp. I think going into training camp, he will continue to work with the third group, but eventually, as he continues to get more comfortable with the offense, being able to showcase his skill set, we will slowly see him rise up the depth chart.
All right, let's turn our attention to a topic that seems to have no chance of going away anytime soon. The NFL already let it leak that they're looking for a 1-year suspension for Deshaun Watson from the independent disciplinary arbitrator. And that's this week, by the way. The lawyer for 24 women who sued Watson is now helping sue the Texans, saying that the team enabled his alleged behavior. That's all news, but not exactly what we're going to talk about right now. Right now, we want to know what the Browns are going to do if Watson isn't available to them in 2022.
Go right back to Baker's house and bring him some cupcakes, some muffins, some fruit, a nice fruit basket, and say, Baker, we just need you for 1 more year. Especially if things come to light when it comes to the time that Deshaun will be suspended from the National Football League. Let's say, it's a 1-year ban, right? So he will be away from the game for another year. So now when you look at the quarterbacks that's there for the Cleveland Browns, you got Jacoby Brissett, who has started throughout his professional career, and you potentially still have Baker Mayfield. So my question would be to the organization, who do they believe in more? When you talk about trying to be competitive, be relevant, and win ball games, and try to make a playoff push, who gives them the best opportunity to do those said things? Me personally, when healthy, I would say Baker Mayfield. I don't know exactly what they feel within that organization, but guys, looking at Baker Mayfield's career so far, especially if you go back to 2 years ago when he was healthy, being able to get them to the playoffs, and oh, by the way, win a road playoff game, he was playing some pretty good football. We all know the storyline for the offense is run first. That's okay. But he's shown the ability to be able to be productive with that type of mindset offensively. So me personally, if Deshaun Watson is suspended for 1 full year, I think it's safe to say if the Browns have any aspirations in trying to be playoff relevant, playoff heavy, have their eyes set on the prize, you got to go back and get the muffins and the fruit basket and the cupcakes ready for Baker Mayfield, because I think he would give them the best chance to do so.
Well, another tested relationship in the NFL is there in San Francisco. This past season, the 49ers offense very much ran through Deebo Samuel. So, B-Mac, with about 2 months until the start of the season, the receiver still has not officially rescinded his request to be traded. Samuels, he was at mandatory minicamp physically, but perhaps maybe not mentally, right? He stayed on the side doing some light conditioning. He played with Shanahan's son on the side. What's your level of confidence that we're going to see number 19 suited up in a 49ers uni this season?
I'm extremely confident that Deebo will be playing for the San Francisco 49ers, and here's why. They're not trading him away. They're not trading Deebo Samuel away. If they really wanted to trade him, he would have been traded by now. We saw teams that were okay in moving a star-like player. We saw the Packers, right, move Devontae Adams, made that happen. We saw Tyreek Hill get moved from Kansas City to the Miami Dolphins. The organization, Kansas City, made that happen. If San Francisco really wanted to trade Deebo, he would have been gone already. So with that being said, he will be in their uniform this upcoming season. He will play with them definitely for this year. And I do believe a contract will get done sooner than later. I mean, he is their most valuable player on the offensive end because of his versatility, because of what he means to their team, the physical nature in which he plays with, and just being able to do a lot. They can use him in so many different ways, and he's shown the ability to be able to handle that type of workload. So me personally, especially with a young quarterback in Trey Lance, It's imperative to keep Deebo Samuel in a San Francisco 49ers uniform.
It's all about leverage. Who's got it and what are you willing to sacrifice to get more of it? The Cowboys slapped the franchise tag on their tight end, Dalton Schultz. Now they've got until about July 15th to get a long-term deal done. What do you see ultimately happening there?
I see Dalton eventually getting a long-term deal. Let's keep it real. Over the last 2 years, especially a year ago, he balled out a career-like year. Now you factor in what they have at the receiving standpoint. No more Amari Cooper. CD is the guy, followed by James Washington and Michael Gallup, who's coming off a season-ending injury. You need to have quality tight end production, and I think they understand he is the guy. Now the issue is the number, the average year. The annual year when it comes to his average money-making salary, that's where you got to figure out what happens. He has a franchise tag right now roughly over $10 million, 10.9 to be exact. You look at the most recent tight end deal from David Njoku with the Cleveland Browns, roughly over $13 million. I think that's his window. I'm not quite ready to put him in that neighborhood with the Kelce's of the world, Travis Kelce's of the world. You look at George Kittle, those guys, Mark Andrews. He's not in that neighborhood yet, but I definitely do believe he's in the neighborhood of David Njoku. So if he's willing to take that type of money, I believe the Cowboys would be willing to give him that type of money.
All right, Tom, now for our GEICO 15-second statement. The floor is all yours, B-Mac.
Well, my GEICO 15-second statement, a guy who I just had on my podcast, All Things Covered, Darren Waller, talking about the tight end position. My GEICO 15 is that the Raiders will pay Darren Waller and give him a nice increase in pay based on where he is right now. And guys, if you don't know, get this. Darren Waller, he ranked 17th out of all tight ends in average salary per year, roughly over $7 million. Talk about being underpaid. That man is underpaid, and they should pay that man.
All right, there you have it. The Raiders know what to do. Thank you, B-Mac, for the time as he gives us the latest around the NFL. And make sure you listen, download, and subscribe to the All Things Covered podcast with our guy, Bryant McFadden, along with Patrick Peterson, the two covering the biggest topics on and off the field. A new episode dropping every Tuesday. Download and subscribe today.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.